Hello Touhou fags, and welcome to a very special Touhou Hunger Games. You will see your Touhou wafers from the first Touhou Hunger Games, and from the second Touhou Hunger Games bludgeon each other to death once again for your entertainment, you sick little shiz. Since we have 2 retinees from the second one, we'll have 2 wildcards. Before we start, these little wafers, that is to be murdered, are distributed to each district by the use of fruit machine. And comment below your predictions on who will win this third and final Touhou Hunger Games. Without further ado, let us start the waifu murder machine. Let's meet first our contestants. From District 1, we have Ranya Kumo, Momoji and Abashiri, Shinmayama Rusukuna, and our first wildcard contestant, Hinakaji Ayama. From District 2, we have Alice Margotroid, Tui Inaba, Ringo, and Clone Piece. From District 3, we have Yatsuha Shitsukumo, Toya Satomi Nomiko, Sumai Koyusumi, and Nazrin. From District 4, we have Yukari Yakumo, Chen, Sani Kachiya, and Sakabanki. From District 5, we have Flander Scarlet, Ryazan Donjin Inaba, Byakuren Hijiri, and Minamitsumi Urasa. From District 6, we have Natori Koshiro, Kanako Yasuka, Junko, and our second wildcard contestant, Soganota Chiko. From District 7, we have Suwako Mariya, Pachali Knowledge, Sagum Kishin, and Cerno. From District 8, we have Benbent Tsukumo, Marisa Kirisane, Kogasa Tatara, and Kaguya Houraisan. From District 9, we have Satori Komiji, Dorami Sweet, Yamu Konpaku, and Ryumu Hakuroi. From District 10, we have Koichi Komiji, Yuyuko Saigyouji, Wagasaka Hime, and Fujiwara no Mokao. From District 11, we have Ramilia Scarlet, Kisyu, Siren, and Seija Kijin. From District 12, we have Iranyaga Koro, Sakuya Izayoi, Aoshimi Maru, and Shouter Amaru. And to keep with the tradition, which is recently integrated in the second Touhou Hunger Games, we will have the death counter. Right about here. The bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Mirko grabs a shovel. Sekibanki stays at the cornucopia for resources. Sumai Riko stays at the cornucopia for resources. Ryumu, Sakuya, Kisyu, and Momoji share everything they gathered before running. Marisa runs away from the cornucopia. Ran runs away with a lighter and some rope. Sagum grabs a backpack and retreats. Tui runs away from the cornucopia. Shower grabs a jar of fishing bait, while Wagasaka gets fishing gear. Satori runs away from the cornucopia. Kaguya takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Kogasa runs away from the cornucopia. Yatsuhashi retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Sani runs away from the cornucopia. Seija runs into the cornucopia and hides. Clone Piece runs away from the cornucopia. Junko clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Nazrin runs away from the cornucopia. Mokao runs away from the cornucopia. Flander finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Chen runs away from the cornucopia. Benben runs away from the cornucopia. Murasa, Alice, and Aya work together to get as many supplies as possible. Koichi runs away from the cornucopia. Yamu runs away from the cornucopia. Pachali runs away from the cornucopia. Siren runs away from the cornucopia. Hina runs away from the cornucopia. Suwako runs away from the cornucopia. Ramilia runs away from the cornucopia. Tajiko runs away from the cornucopia. Irin takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Kanako kills Notori as she tries to run. Yuyuko grabs a jar of fishing bait, while Cerno gets fishing gear. Yukari takes a handful of throwing knives. Shinmayamaru runs away from the cornucopia. Ryazan runs away from the cornucopia. Byakuren runs away from the cornucopia. Dorami runs away from the cornucopia. Ringo runs away from the cornucopia. Day 1. Junko chases Aya. Yuyuko tends to Sekibanki's wounds. Seija runs away from Suwako. Satori explores the arena. Alice hunts for other tributes. Chen and Clone Piece hunt for other tributes. Ryumu chases Nazrin. Shao constructs a shack. Dorami travels to higher ground. Tajiko chases Murasa. Momoji and Wagasaka hunt for other tributes. Sakuya receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Koichi runs away from Yaomu. Patchouli, Remilia, and Kisum hunt for other tributes. Sumiriko receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Hina, Shinmai Amaru, Yukari, and Kaguya raid Sana's camp while she is hunting. Tui discovers a cave. Benben runs away from Kanako. Mokao fishes. Ryuzen constructs a shack. Flander overhears Sagum and Yatsuhashi talking in the distance. Kogasa camouflages herself in the bushes. Ran, Miko, and Marisa run successfully ambush Surin, Byakuren, and Arin, who kill them instead. Cerno fishes. Ringo practices her archery. Fallen tributes 1. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Natori, District 6. Ran, District 1. Miko, District 3. Marisa, District 8. Night 1. Siren lets Kanako into her shelter. Marisa receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Ringo lets Sumiriko into her shelter. Patchouli receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Kaguya quietly hums. Seija, Yuyuko, and Orumi cheerfully sing songs together. Aya climbs a tree to rest. Cerno forces Yatsuhashi to kill Byakuren or Yukari. She decides to kill Yukari. Momiji receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Chen thinks about home. Ryuzen goes to sleep. Koichi screams for help. Sakuya receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Sekibanki receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Ryumu forces Junko to kill Sagu Moririn. She refuses to kill, so Ryumu kills her instead. Kisum defeats Nazrin in a fight, but spares her life. Xiao defeats Sani in a fight, but spares her life. Tajiko accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Hina receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Suwako lets Shinmai Amaru into her shelter. Wagasaki Haim and Kogasa sleep in shifts. Tui convinces Yamu to not kill her, only to kill her instead. Flander defeats Alice in a fight, but spares her life. Clone Piece receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Mokao is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Remilia climbs a tree to rest. Satori and Benben huddle for warmth. Day 2. Remilia, Shinmai Amaru, Kaguya, and Seija raid Patchoula's camp while she is hunting. Ryumu and Suwako hunt for other tributes. Wagasaki Haim travels to higher ground. Byakuren steals from Kogasa while she isn't looking. Cerno hunts for other tributes. Satori hunts for other tributes. Flander sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Clone Piece searches for a water source. Sumiriko and Kanako split up to search for resources. Kisum sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Siren questions her sanity. Hina attempts to climb a tree, but falls on Benben, killing them both. Momiji searches for firewood. Sakuya, Doremi, and Arin track down and kill Sekibanki. Yatsuhashi silently snaps Nazrin's neck. Ringo and Chin threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. Tui, Koichi, Yuyuko, Ryuzen, and Mokao hunt for other tributes. Marisa runs away from Alice. Sani attacks Sagum, but she manages to escape. Xiao kills Aya with a sickle. Fallen tributes 2. 11 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Yukari, District 4. Junko, District 6. Tajiko, District 6. Yamu, District 9. Hina, District 1. Benben, District 8. Sekibanki, District 4. Nazrin, District 3. Ringo, District 2. Chen, District 4. Aya, District 12. Night 2. Satori receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Irin silently snaps Remilia's neck. Sakuya screams for help. Wagasaki Haim and Kaguya run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Mokao begs for Kogasa to kill her. She refuses, keeping Mokao alive. Sagum and Suwako sleep in shifts. Alice and Koichi talk about the tributes still alive. Yuyuko tries to treat her infection. Ryuzen unknowingly eats toxic berries. Seija receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Kanako begs for Momiji to kill her. She refuses, keeping Kanako alive. Flander convinces Kisum to snuggle with her. Ryumu thinks about winning. Shin Mayamaru destroys Murasa's supplies while she is asleep. Pachuli is awoken by nightmares. Siren defeats Tui in a fight, but spares her life. Byakuren starts a fire. Yatsuhashi loses sight of where she is. Clone Peace cries herself to sleep. Surno attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Sumaya Riko goes to sleep. Sani receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Xiao tends to Dorama's wounds. Day 3. Murasa chases Sumaya Riko. Sija runs away from Flander. Surno searches for firewood. Mokao goes hunting. Siren sprains her ankle while running away from Irin. Momiji, Suwako, and Orumi hunt for other tributes. Wagasakihime receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Ryumu steals from Tui while she isn't looking. Yuyuko defeats Satori in a fight, but spares her life. Kaguya practices her archery. Shin Mayamaru chases Kisu. Xiao travels to higher ground. Clone Peace tries to spearfish with a trident. Alice collects fruit from a tree. Pachuli camouflages herself in the bushes. Sagum runs away from Yatsuhashi. Koichi makes a slingshot. Kaguya attempts to climb a tree, but falls to her death. Byakuren questions her sanity. Sani and Sakuya split up to search for resources. Kanako fishes. Fallen Tributes 3. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Ramilia, District 11. Ryuzen, District 5. Kaguya, District 8. Night 3. Koichi and Yatsuhashi huddle for warmth. Flander and Ryumu hold hands. Irin fends Shin Mayamaru, Murasa, and Momiji away from her fire. Pachuli, Sija, and Tui sleep in shifts. Kaguya loses sight of where she is. Satori attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Kanako, Sagum, Mokao, and Clone Peace tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Kisum and Byakuren hold hands. Sumaya Riko thinks about winning. Suwako tends to Surno's wounds. Doremi sets an explosive off, killing Sani. Xiao questions her sanity. Siren tends to Alice's wounds. Yuyuko lets Sakuya into her shelter. Wagasakihime cries herself to sleep. Day 4. Suwako explores the arena. Sakuya sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Ryumu tries to spearfish with a trident. Sija fishes. Yatsuhashi runs away from Koichi. Xiao repeatedly stabs her into death with Sace. Kaguya sprains her ankle while running away from Kisu. Momiji receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Mokao sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Sumaya Riko chases Doremi. Flander and Pachuli work together for the day. Alice steals from Yuyuko while she isn't looking. Clone Peace travels to higher ground. Sagum receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Tui receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Surno thinks about home. Byakuren receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Kanako makes a wooden spear. Murasa travels to higher ground. Siren receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Satori receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Shin Mayamaru receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Wagasakihime is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Fallen Tributes 4. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Sani, District 4. Irin, District 12. Night 4. Alice tries to sing herself to sleep. Clone Peace falls into a pit and dies. Doremi and Flander tell stories about themselves to each other. Suwako starts a fire. Momiji attacks Tui, but Satori protects her, killing Momiji. Xiao cries herself to sleep. Kaguya defeats Sumaya Riko in a fight, but spares her life. Shin Mayamaru quietly hums. Wagasakihime begs for Surno to kill her. She refuses, keeping Wagasakihime alive. Sija receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Koichi, Kanako, Kisu, and Yuyuko sleep in shifts. Siren, Mokao, Ryumu, and Sakuya tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Pachuli receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Sagum sees a fire, but stays hidden. Byakuren and Yatsuhashi track down and kill Murasa. Day 5. Surno falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Tui receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Alice discovers a river. Sagum thinks about home. Sija, Flander, Sumaya Riko, Siren and Mokao hunt for other tributes. Kaguya, Shao, Koishi, Yatsuhashi, and Wagasakihime hunt for other tributes. Pachuli, Ryumu, Suwako, Yuyuko, and Shinmayamaru hunt for other tributes. Kanako steals from Doremi while she isn't looking. Satori scares Kisum off. Sakuya diverts Byakuren's attention and runs away. Fallen tributes 5. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Clone Piece, District 2. Momiji, District 1. Murasa, District 5. Cerno, District 7. Night 5. Koishi kills Doremi for her supplies. Sagum receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Flounder lets Suwako into her shelter. Siren receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Siege tends to her wounds. Tui sets up camp for the night. Byakuren passes out from exhaustion. Shao starts a fire. Sumayariko tends to Shinmayamaru's wounds. Kaguya, Kisum, Sakuya, and Pachuli tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Wagasakihime kills Mokao while she is sleeping. Ryumu questions her sanity. Alice convinces Yatsuhashi to snuggle with her. Yuyuko cooks her food before putting her fire out. Satori receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Kanako goes to sleep. Day 6. Alice and Kaguya hunt for other tributes. Sagum and Ryumu hunt for other tributes. Satori travels to higher ground. Sakuya practices her archery. Shao is unable to convince Wagasakihime to not kill her. Tui, Pachuli, Byakuren, Koishi, and Kanako hunt for other tributes. Suwako, Sija, and Sumayariko hunt for other tributes. Flounder attacks Yatsuhashi, but she manages to escape. Shinmayamaru hunts for other tributes. Kisum receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Yuyuko travels to higher ground. Siren hunts for other tributes. Fallen tributes 6. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Doremi, District 9. Mokao, District 10. Shao, District 12. And before we proceed, let us give way to Zira to give us the halftime report for the Battle Royale. Zira, you're in.
Thank you, Daniel. Let's see the status of each player in every district. On District 1, we only have Shinmayamaru Sukuna alive there and she doesn't have any kill. Moving on to District 2, we have Alice Margatroyd and Tui Inaba alive, and Tui has 1 kill. Good job Tui. Moving on, Yatsuhashi Tsukumo and Sumayariko Yusamai are the only contestants left alive in the 3rd district. What's more impressing is that Yatsuhashi has 3 kills. Way to go, Yatsuhashi. Sadly Daniel, no more contestants left alive on District 4, meanwhile in District 5, we still have Flandra Scarlet and Byakuren Hijiri alive, with an impressive kill count of 4 kills from Hijiri. She have just defeated my personal record of 3 kills all throughout a game. Moving on to District 6, we only have Kanako Yasaka left alive there with a kill count of 1. Now on District 7, Cerno is the only one deceased in this district, and every people in this district doesn't have any kills. How disappointing. Moving on to District 8, Kagaza Tatara is the only one left alive with also no kills. Now I feel depressed. Meanwhile on District 9, Satori Kameji and Ryumu Hakure are the only left alive. Satori has a kill count of 1, so does Ryumu. But look here, Doremi, who is deceased already, has 2 kills. I salute you Doremi. You fought until your last breath. Fujiwara no Moka is the only one dead in District 10, and Koishi Kameji killed 1 and Wagasakihime killed 2. Remilia Scarlet is the only one dead on District 11, but Siren was able to secure 3 kills. Good job Siren. You really put your wooden hammer to good use. And last but definitely not the least, on District 12, Sakuya Izayoi is the only one left alive with 1 secured kill. But the deceased was able to secure kills 2 before they died. Iron getting 5, and Shao getting 2. Adding all the kills up, and we have 27 killed contestants. That's it for me to report. We're now heading back to the game. Back to you, Daniel.
Thank you, Zera. Nice amount of kills we got here. Now, as she said, we are now heading back to the game. Night 6. Sakuya attempts to climb a tree, but falls to her death. Suwako quietly hums. Kisum and Satori hold hands. Byakuya severely slices Koichi with a sword. Alice and Sagum hold hands. Flander kills Ryumu with a sickle. Shinmai-Amaru and Kaguya work together to drown Surum. Sumaya Riko and Sija huddle for warmth. Patchouli, Yatsuhashi, Yuyuko, and Tui tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Wagasakihime kills Kanako while she is sleeping. Day 7. Alice tries to sleep through the entire day. Byakuya sprains her ankle while running away from Suwako. Patchouli hunts for other tributes. Wagasakihime kills Yatsuhashi with a hatchet. Satori searches for a water source. Kaguya searches for firewood. Tui diverts Flander's attention and runs away. Sumaya Riko searches for a water source. Shinmai-Amaru cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Sagum hunts for other tributes. Kisum explores the arena. Yuyuko tends to Sija's wounds. Fallen tributes 7. 7 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Sakuya, District 12. Koichi, District 10. Ryumu, District 9. Siren, District 11. Kanako, District 6. Yatsuhashi, District 3. Shinmai-Amaru, District 1. Night 7. Yuyuko starts a fire. Sumaya Riko and Suwako talk about the tributes still alive. Wagasakihime, Byakuya, and Kisum successfully ambush and kill Kaguya, Sija, and Sagum. A champion is down. Patchouli, Tui, Flander, and Alice tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Satori looks at the night sky. The feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes' families. Tui shoots a poisonous blow dart into Patchouli's neck, slowly killing her. Byakuya and Alice get into a fight over raw meat, but Byakuya gives up and runs away. Suwako decides not to go to the feast. Satori decides not to go to the feast. Kisum decides not to go to the feast. Yuyuko decides not to go to the feast. Wagasakihime steals Flander's memoirs. Sumaya Riko decides not to go to the feast. Day 8. Sumaya Riko, Alice, and Suwako start fighting, but Alice runs away as Sumaya Riko kills Suwako. Wagasakihime diverts Byakuya's attention and runs away. Flander sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Satori goes hunting. Yuyuko kills Tui while she is resting. Kisum camouflages herself in the bushes. Fallen tributes 8. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Kaguya, District 8. Sija, District 11. Sagum, District 7. Patchouli, District 7. Suwako, District 7. Tui, District 2. Night 8. Wagasakihime throws a knife into Satori's head. Flander and Byakuya fight Yuyuko and Alice. Flander and Byakuya survive. Another champion is also down. No more champions left. Sumaya Riko falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Kisum quietly hums. Day 9. Flander kills Byakuya as she tries to run. Kisum begs for Wagasakihime to kill her. She reluctantly obliges, killing Kisum. Fallen tributes 9. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Satori, District 9. Yuyuko, District 10. Alice, District 2. Sumaya Riko, District 3. Byakuya, District 5. Kisum, District 11. Before we proceed, send in now your votes as who would win this final Touhou Hunger Games. Voting end in 5, 4, 3. Night 9. Flander kills Wagasakihime while she is sleeping. The winner. The winner is Flander from District 5.
Sorry, the bloodbath. Kanako kills Notorious, tries to run. They won. Run. Nako. And there's a successfully ambushed Surum. Byakuya. And win. The girl instead. Night 1. Scarlet forces Yasu to kill back girl Yuri. She decides to kill Yuri. We forces him to kill Saigyouji-Border. She refuses to kill, so we kill her instead. To kill her, so we land 1 while trying to arm it. So we convinces Yuri not to kill her, only to kill her instead. They do. In attempts to climb the tree, but falls on them, killing them both. Sakuya, Doremi, and in fact Alan kills Sakamaki. Yasu, she silently snaps Nazrin. Ringo in front of the suicide. It fails when they die. Shao kills Air with a sickle. Night 2. Aaron silently snaps from Leonec. We can only eat toxic berries. Day 3. Kaguya attempts to climb the tree, but falls to her death. Night 3. Doremi sets an explosive off, killing Sunny. Day 4. Shao repeatedly stabs her to death with 6. Night 4.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button down below. Also, share this video to other Touhou fags. And subscribe if you want some more. Who knows? I might be just lying for this being the final one. Here are the past Touhou Hunger Games that you might want to watch, and here's another one of my videos. That's all for now. Again, thanks for watching, and have a great day.